So what I want to do is I want to add in a static cache in here in my iFactory. So the way that I do this is there's two pieces. The first is that I'm going to have an asynchronous timer called timer, right? And if I had multiple timers running, I could just use one, but I don't. Right. And now here I could just do like a timer equals new timer, which is going to have a callback, which is a you should be able to do something like a timer tick. So it's a private void timer tick, and I think it just passes in an object called state, if I remember correctly. And then the state is null. Your due time is now, and your period will be, I don't know, an hour. So that should be like 1 hour, which is 3,600 seconds. Is there like an enabled or a start? I think it just starts ticking here. So now this thing needs to be static. Well, this isn't going to work because this isn't a cache. So let's make a quick cache. So we'll do that over here under my model, under my service, pardon me. We're going to, under here, we'll make one more called, let's put it up here. Make a new class up here. We're going to call this data cache. Yep, it's why I put chats on top a lot. So I only peek at them and not a whole lot. Yeah. All right, let's put this timer back on here, right? And then this factory needs to have access to this data cache probably or something like that. We need this timer, which is ticking. So we'll have a, sorry, wrong one. We need to have a constructor on that. Okay. And then we can add in our timer tick. Let's make this a protected virtual so that we can change it later if we need to. So now when you do this, what you want to do is you want to reconstruct this. So your factory gets injected here. Okay, and now on this tick, you want to actually have a protected got to be able to spell here. Protected, it's your index view model, right? It's this one, okay? And now what you want to do is on your timer tick, you want to create that. So this is going to be your index view model equals your data access. It's your factory dot get index view model. This is on wait, which means this is an asynchronous task, which means that this is it's a asynchronous like this. Then it's something like that. Hold on a second. There you go. That's how you do that. Sorry, it's hard to say all that when I'm writing one of those weird asynchronous timer calls. So this asynchronous timer is now going to fire an asynchronous event. So now we also need to have a protected, we'll do this as a private, volatile bool, and we're going to say that this is your is cache running. If my is cache running, so if it's not running and it ticks, then you want to do this. Then you want to say that like that. If it's running there, you'll do a that. If there's a wait. Okay, you probably want to have a dispose on this, right? Even though it's supposed to last for the life of the app. because now you can implement this, and you're going to have this as a timer.dispose timer equals null. If it does not equal null, right? Okay, let's move this down. Like that, okay? And then here, finally, you just want to expose that one property here, which is your public index view model. And we'll call this index view model. Okay, so the reason why we're doing all this is so when this thing is running, you start it, it just starts running for the length of the application, it ticks, it creates this new index view model. So what we need to do is over here in my startup, I need to add a instance of it here. So we'll do a services.add, I don't remember which one it was called, singleton or scoped. What's scoped? Adds a scoped in which the with my okay, let me take a look here. I want to look for add transient, and then we'll say C# core. So I need to make sure I want the one where I get one, where I associate one type for any time it gets injected. It was in the definitions, which are down here. Here we go. Once per create request. Yeah, we want a singleton. Okay. So we'll do something like this. Add singleton, right? And it's going to be for a type I. You don't actually have it created yet, so let's create. Did you expose that? You did. So let's do a extract this interface. Okay, and now here under my startup, you have a add singleton. Oh, did you not do it? Oh no, you did. I data cache. So here, it's called a I data cache, right? And that thing's going to be creating a type of, and I should be able to associate the type. You're not setting it back to false after it's completed its test. If anybody out there knows, just real quick, a transient on when I in my services, if I add a transient, that's one per request. I know that there's another one. I think it's singleton. That's the one that I'm implementing right now. Here is cache running equals false. I'm setting it right there. It's because this thing's waiting, so this thread is no longer moving. So once that completes, then it sets back. Oh, that's an old message, chat lag. Oh no, I wasn't. I'm in the zone. Let's do that. Okay. I'm trying to do this one quick. That's fine for me. That's fine there. So over here, let's add it. It's a data cache equals a new data cache. And you should right now be able to create a factory, right? It should just be one new factory, which is fine, which is one new data access layer. This is all fine, which is new. I don't know, because can't you already do this? Because it's already. Let's go back. Yeah, we'll just let it do its thing. So we'll say this is an application database context, and now this is a database context options. I think that'll work. Okay, and then we can probably just add this right here. So now anytime that I pull data cache, it should only hit that on that timer. So here, if we come back into iFactory, we're going to do I data cache now. We're going to say that this is the data cache. We're going to grab it right here, which is your I data cache. And then this one here is going to be you're going to return the index view model. And now we can pull this off because it's synchronous. All right. So I just want to double check to make sure that all this is working. We'll run it real quick. If I look here, get index view model, looks fine. This is on the factory. And we also want to pull, well, that's fine. Okay. So there's the one pull. Service is not available. No database provider. Let me check one more thing here. Back over here. So I don't know if it likes doing all this. But weren't you already doing something where you were pulling that? Where was that? You were pulling in your services the, yeah, it's in your seed. So that's here in your database initializer, you did it. Let's find where this thing has a reference, which is here. And this is what we wanted. So strange right here. Oh, because you're not associating it. No, you are right there. Try it one more time. 6 layers extraction just to say hello world. It's almost there. This thing's annoying. I might just pull this if this just doesn't work here, but this should be working. So it registered it. This thing should be ticking over here, right? Oh, I know what to do. Let's change this just real bit. We're going to do this as an asynchronous task. Change that to be get. And then where is it? Await your factor. Wait. If your index view model is equal to null, then what you want to do is this. Just right there. Okay. We'll grab this thing. I need to move it back to this cache. Okay. And let me pump back one layer and one layer. Be quiet. That's fine. And that means that let me try that. Where's the error? It doesn't matter. It's not this one. No. It's in the home controller when you're calling this. It's a await, and now you're getting your get, and now this thing's going to be an asynchronous task again. Now it should hold in case it hasn't loaded. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to pump back in the factory. We'll move on. All right, Mr. Belron. See you later. I'll be here tomorrow. Let me try one thing here. If I came back here to the startup and I flopped this thing out here with the iFactory. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, we'll just cut this. We'll cut this. We can always come back to this part later. It's not that important. I can cut this piece. This thing doesn't matter. We're not ever going to create it, right? You got rid of that. There is no data cache. Great. We'll get rid of this one. We'll go back to the factory. Almost done. And then we'll do content. Hey, Mr. Belrod, thank you for that follow. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Thanks for checking this out. If you have any questions, again, make sure you join us at discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. This thing was just a index, and this thing will be a factory.get index view model. That's fine by me. Okay, we'll run it, we'll check it, and then we'll pump on. All right, we're good there. Everything loads. Okay, let's put the videos in. So what I want to do now is I want to take a look at the views that we extracted as partials. If I look at the home, you can see them all. And I look at the index, and here we go. This is where we're loading everything. So the very first one that I want to look at is the hero, right? This thing at the moment, it says that I'm using this creative digital whatever, but we're using this data Geralax video thing. I don't really know what this is, but that'll be okay. It looks like this one's running off of not a local file. So let's see if we can find how to get this thing off a local file. Should only take a second. We'll do this. Here you go. This is it right here. It's scroll, supported, setup, additional styles, call the plugin, background video usage right here. MP4 off of your local, right here. Interesting. So it looks like I should convert this over to an OGV file at some point, but I can just change this straight out with this piece of code and add in the path. So let's do that. Okay, I'm going to comment this out, and then I want to comment these. And those, okay? So let's add in the path here. I need to look at the, over here in PHS, I have something here called content, and we're gonna look at, I made one here called hero video, and we'll just call this hero, lowercase. Come on. Now we're gonna make a copy and move that in over here to our content. Takes just a second. Okay, here it is. Let's bring it up into, make a new folder real quick. We'll say that this is what? Vids. So the path here is vids hero.mp4. Not sure what this web M thing is. Hold on, let me take one more peek. Yeah. Yeah, web M. Oh, that's the next one. So we want to pull this out like that. Okay, let's check it out. So this is loading from a cache, right? We need to run it new. See if it loads. And there it is. So we got our video. So that was easy. Okay, we need to probably add some fonts onto that and then start changing some things out. So let's go partial to partial. The size of this video is 5 megs, so that's a little big. I'll probably cut that back. Here in my partial view model, we need to have something here called active. Now we don't need it here, but we do need it in partial. So you could come in here with a partial name, and here you want to have something called active. Oh no, you already have it in there because it's a base model. So active is always equal to true, so you can just change the code on that, which is nice. So if you looked back here at the controller where your view, I'm sorry, because you're doing the loop in your view. We can do a where s, we can do s.active. Oh no, we don't want to do it there. It's going to be in the factory where that's being done. So that's in the services under factory, right here. Easy enough. If my item dot active fixed. So now I can come in the database here and look at which one are we working with? Site test? Yeah. And I look at my tables and I look at the partials and I edit this. You can see that active is equal to true. And I should be able just to go like false. And this way we can turn things on and off as we move through. Okay. So we want to leave this one on for now. And now we're going to verify that this is working. Still loading from cache, so we got to use the incognito window for that. Can close this out. I'm pretty happy with how that worked. Trust the template. Oop, I did the wrong one. So that makes sense. So, oh, did I? Here, false. This one should be true. So now when you're loading this, it's saying that. Take a look there. There's 12 in here. Only one of these is active, right? Active is false. That's team. That's navigation, portfolio. That's about hero. Active is false. The scene already has active on it because of that base. But you definitely changed it in here. Oh, no. Yes. So you have a second one in here is the problem. Dumb. And that makes sense. And so you got to build a quick page for that to manage it, but that's pretty easy. Okay. We can just scaffold one. Okay, it's running. Now it'll work. Let it load. There it is. Okay, so that's cool. So now all we're getting is our hero image. So let's go ahead and modify that partial. So here, we got our video, we can get rid of that. We'll leave those for now. We have our content table here, we have a row, creative. So this one we could say, let me see, I could draw from what I already have, right? So here we could do like, whoa, what's happening there? Crazy, craziness. Okay, let's go ahead and say, open community, open idea, and open software solutions. So now we need like a subtitle. And then we have a button here that says learn more. I kind of like that. Just do about for now. Jump down. Then we have a parallaxing hero and then an angle. So let's run that. Now I'm not sure if I like this font. Definitely it needs to be Calibre New. Oop. In the moment, I'm going to get rid of that subtitle. And I want to change this font. So I think we can do something like, let's go back to the not. I'll pull this over here. The next thing I want to pull is from a Google font, right? So mostly what I want is isn't there like a search in here? And this is a JavaScript thing, right? Yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay, so let's add the scripts that we need. If I look back up here at index, I think you have something up here called scripts template. We want to add in a style sheet. So that's here under my style sheets. And we'll say this is a load CSS for Google Fonts API. Okay. And then we also need to add in a, interesting. So they're doing their styling, okay. They're changing it, okay. And then that's it, eh? So we can just change their font family, which is easy enough. So let's take a look here in the CSS. What I wanted to do was, first is, if I look at my, it's right here is how you're doing it. Whatever this font 300 is. Let me take a quick peek at what that would represent. Because I think that this thing already comes with some font solution that's not that, but that's fine. So now we should be able to find the font that I want. God, we want new Calibri. That's what I think I'm doing. Could you just do Calibri? Okay, let's not do those then. Let's go back to the directory. So this one, new Calibri HTML. We'll just check for this one real quick. Okay, let's go check this thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and change this. So we'll comment this part out for now. Add the closing bracket. Okay. We can get rid of this one. And then I want to change the font. So in this, I should probably have some styling for this. So do I have any custom styling in here? Right here. Font size, font weight, font family, perfect. So let's change this. I wonder if I even have it. Let me just check something real quick. On Photoshop, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let me check something. If I look back here at the Google Fonts, the one that we wanted to look for was New Courier. Isn't it? What is it? That's why I pulled this up. I wanted to see which one was the brand one. Pardon me. Where is it? It's under New. Maybe it's Courier New. Second. God, so many. Courier New. Courier Regular, Courier New Regular. I believe it was this one. Yeah, Courier New Regular is the one that I want. Perfect. wait, what? So I wonder if I could just grab these. I wonder if I could just use this one as a default. Hey there, Mountain Dev. How goes it today? Perfect. Perfect. Found exactly what I'm looking for. So here we can just change it there. And now we can take a look and see how this runs. Perfect. Better. That's what I wanted. Okay, let's change this to I wanted to change the one second here. If I look back here at this one, I wanted to see this. Pull up font family real quick for CSS. I just want to remember. Yeah, it's going well, man. If you have any questions, please make sure you put them in the channel. I just wanted to see. I don't remember this. Blah, 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 blah. This is not what I care about. That's fine. We'll just leave it like this. Okay. So let me go back to the hero. Pretty happy with how this came out now, right? But we kind of want to add like a little border around that. So let me see. We want to do like a okay, we're going to use Borderradius for this one. So here, I want to add in a class around this thing. We're going to say that this is a transparent background. Background transparent. No, we're going to not use one that already exists, and I want to do panel black, panel dark, panel backing. I'm going to use that one. Okay. So let's go ahead and modify this in our CSS over here in style. Oh, here's your stupid fonts. It's your font weights. So let me go ahead and copy this. I'm going to go back. I'll just add it back in, but we want to add in this font weight again. That's fine. Panel backing. So we'll just add that in again. Like that. You can get rid of that. That looks fine. So now with this panel backing, I want to take that over to CSS. Do it at the bottom here. We'll just add our own. I want to add a new CSS file in here. We'll just call this PHS style. No, I don't care about this one, but I do care about this. Sorry, it's called panel backing, right? And let's see, it's not an ID, so it's this one, right? Okay, so here what we want to do is a Borderradius, right? I think I do this with pixels, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Let's do something like this. And then I can do like a background color. Second. Will that work? Let me see. I don't know if that'll work. We'll give it a try though. Oh, we got to import this. Let's just do this color here just to see if it works. And then we can use a hex code. Okay. And I want to make sure that I have this in my scripts, which is here. Style sheets. Right here, we'll do a custom CSS. And we'll do it like this. And this one will be a css.plugins. No plugins. And we'll call this one PHS style. That'll work. Let's give it a run. Hey there, TVC97. Thank you for that follow. If you have any questions, please put them in the channel. We've got a really active and supportive community. Please join us at discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. And then all these videos plus the tutorial before are up on YouTube, youtube.com/c/liverdevtrain. Perfect. Well, kind of. I mean, I'll make it a little bit bigger and then so we want to come back into my custom style. We want to add in, and we can do like CSS margins. And then also we can do a transparency on that thing. If I look at the tools, that'll be the easiest thing here. Is that if you reloaded this and you inspected this element, this one, and now you looked at your CSS, you could just modify this until you're happy. So let me open my Photoshop, and I wanted to grab a color like that one. Okay, now we want to do CSS opacity. Right here. And with this one we can do 0.3, no, 5.4, but not your text. Your text needs to be strong, so that's fine like that. I think you can add another one here called like border none. And then you want to add in some margin here. Not there. Is it padding? Let me see. I think it's padding is the one we want. Yeah. Perfect, like that. And then we want to make sure that our text is not. So let's go ahead and copy this stuff over to the CSS panel. Okay, and now we want to make sure our text is not getting that inherited. So if I look back at my style sheet, sorry, my hero. Second. Let's just do this as an ID. Make it, no, we don't want to do that. We want to leave that as that. And then You could definitely below it do a font 300 in your class. We could get rid of this stuff. So let's do that. In your style, we can, no, it's, yes, font 300. Right? Isn't that the one that it was? Yep. So this one, you can do this as a 1. You can just ignore border. You can ignore padding. You can ignore everything except for that. Like that. Border radius is not there. Background color is not there. Let's try it again. Okay, so that's still fading. Because it's being inherited where? Oh, I don't see it being refreshed there. Let's try it again. Interesting. So something's overriding it. It's definitely this one. Where is the... Come on, come on. It's not color, is it? Oh, it's totally color. But it's still transparent. So let's just do it like this. Where we're going to add another class on this one. We're going to say that this is my panel backing text. And now we can come back here into my style sheet that I was making, my new one. Can add this one in. And now here I can say that my color is going to be white. And my opacity is going to be equal to, what, 1? And you could probably do like a background transparent. Let's try that. I mean, I'm happy with that. That does what I want. Okay, so now let's add our next piece. If I look back here at the layout, you have something here called a footer, which is including this, that. Okay, got rid of that piece. What do these do? These don't take me anywhere at the moment. That's fine. We'll add those in though. Okay. And now let's go back to the database and add in the next one. So that was 0. Now let's see, do we want to include navigation? Ah, it's for my own website. Did it not? Oh, navigation is hidden, I believe, at the moment. I probably don't even need it, which is fine. So the next one here is true. Okay, so here's my about. Cool. So let's go ahead and take a peek at this one. I like this one. I also want to take a look at the one that's called portfolio. Zero, one. Hold on. Portfolio is there and it's only in that one spot. That's fine. So let's add it. This is a theme that I'm using to assist with going for the creation on the front end. This one is, I believe, using Bootstrap. Actually, we can double check. Let me see. In my startup, oh, sorry, it's under my views. We have something here called a scripts template. And if I looked here, no, this one's not using Bootstrap. Negative, this one is not. This is just kind of a single page scrolling, simple little one. Okay, let's go back and see where we're at. I want to add in some more content. Perfect. So let's go ahead and do these one at a time. The first one here was about, right? Yeah, about. So here we go. So here we could do something like a, we are a software development and data analytics Where's that? That's fine for me right there. Okay, we can go ahead and kill this. Drop this in behind. It is a long established fact that the reader will be distracted by readable content of a page when looking at its layout. Interesting. So let me change on this again. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Borderradius Studios is committed to maintaining scalable, modular, is committed to we want to do like proven development practices, including end-tier scaled web applications and business intelligence integrations. How's that? Okay. So now here we have two circles, and we can add in a couple different ones. We could say that this is a progress circle here, right, with these couple of different values, and we can say that we have we could say web application skill. Using like, I don't know, like a 85. I like that. Okay. And then here, this one, I'll move this one up above, and we'll add one more. And this one here we could do actually, let me go a different direction with this. We're going to say that this is let's do a web application skill. Let's do that one first. Let's do this one second. Okay. This one we can do as a and the last one here should be data analytics. Okay, so now these things, I want to check to see what that looks like. Oh man, that messed that up. So why would that mess? Oh, it is using Bootstrap. Look at that. So that's why that messed up. Wait, what's happening here? Yep. And then this one here is, oh, I see what's happening. You're not, you're missing a div. Like that. I believe that that'll work. Still too many. This was 12. This is an issue. So let's go back. I'm going to just save what I have. Perfect. Okay, so we can go ahead and collect this one more time, and now let's make sure that we don't make just some stupid little error here. Sorry about that. I wanted to grab this over here. We said that this was called this. Okay, we could say that this one is this one. And the last one here is this one. Okay. Nah, we should do like, whatever, right? Oh, those aren't the ones I wanted. Okay, we wanted 70 there. And then here we could do like, and we'll probably change those later. Okay, let's check it. Okay, you can see that now we actually need to change the size of, we have too many. So if we looked at what was happening here in our row, it can't be 6, it's got to be 4 because of Bootstrap, because it has to add up to 12. So that should solve it. And it does. Would help if you spelled intelligence, right? Or business. Okay. And now this says some crap down here. I don't know if I necessarily need this one right now. So let me go back and we can remove this for now. But we need to do our about section. So we can do that there. And then if I came back into the database and I just modify this again here. So this navigation is false, portfolio will be false, and let's do our contact true. Perfect. We're going to code this in real quick since I don't have any more time. So let's go ahead and just add 10 more seconds, 10 more minutes onto the clock, see if we can't get this in. And then we need to add in probably some links. It looks like that I have some extraneous stuff there. So let's, oops. Let's do that. Okay. Actually, we could just probably go to that one now. Oops, not that one. We want to go to this one here. Okay. So let me remove these lines here, and then we'll add in this contact form. So back over here in your about, it's because this was a 6 and a 6. That should be 12. Why is it dropping there? Okay, so it's at the bottom of this class section title. Okay, let me look back here again. That's fine. 6 and 6 for 12. I shouldn't have anything that's causing that. Okay. So let's add in that form. If I look down here at my about, or my contact, sorry, you can see that there's currently no form on it. We probably want to do an Ajax form on this, right? We gotta run it real quick so I can see it. Just another second here, let this thing load up. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking good. This is too big there. So you can change those font sizes for your different, oh, but those are cool. Okay. So this, beautiful. So this, do we want this to be a form or an Ajax form? Let me look at what the original is. This one, I think. Yeah, it's this one. So it's We'll just check to see how they have it. We'll verify it, and then we'll click it. So they have it, so it's already set up. Okay, so they have this set up on a Ajax call, right? Oh, they have something here called Smart Process PHP that they brought in. Well, that's okay. We'll do it with an Ajax form. So to do that, you have a HTML helper Ajax form. So to do this, you need to have a new model in here called contact, right? Oops, contact model, right? Okay, this is of type base model. And then it's only going to have a couple things. It has a name, it's going to have a email address, it's going to have a subject, and then it'll have a string and it'll have a message. Now we don't currently have an ASP.NET ID that is associated with that, so I believe that that's all it is. It's as simple as it gets. So now we have to add it to the context, which is here in the data. Public DB set here. We're going to call this my contact model. Okay. And now what you're going to do is you're going to do this really fast here, right? So because this is already in, you can add it to your application context here. Sorry, not that. And now, okay. So now that's already been exposed. You should be able to, you need to come into your data access layer. You want to do a public asynchronous task, and it's going to be called your get comments. You're going to have to get another one, which is, oh no, if there's no get, it's just going to be a post comment. And it's going to be a comment view model. So let's go ahead and create a model here called a view model. And we want to call this a new class. We'll say that this is a contact view model. And we'll do this as a base view model. Oh, weird. Okay. So here, we're just going to go ahead and move these over to the contact view model. Okay. And now what we can do is in the controller, I'm going to scaffold a new controller, and I want to do it as an MVC with read-write actions and views using Entity Framework. And I can do it out of the contact model. Now this thing Hold on. Because you don't need the views on this. And this you can say is contacts. Let's see what happens here when it builds. It says I got an error somewhere. Ah, it's right here. Let's try and run it, and then we can just rescaffold that. Okay, that's good. So let's go ahead and rescaffold this thing as this with Entity Framework. Do you want to do it? Yeah, and we'll do it as a contact model application with no views. We'll call it contacts. Let's see. Scaffolding out. We got that. We're inside of our contacts controller now. So this would be if we wanted to see them. So everything in here should be authorized, right? So that way nobody can actually get to it. Except me. And then here, when you're doing your post, first off, this is now dependency injected. Oh no, I liked it better the other way. Okay. So here, you have this data access layer, right? So it's just going to be a comment view model. Contact. Oh no, because this is just the model one, right? And so now this is going to be contact model, and this is going to be model, and it's just going to be a context dot contacts dot add. What is this? Add asynchronous. Fascinating. Okay. So we want to do it like that, and then we want to await again this context.save changes, right? So I liked it better the other way. Like that. If you look at this, we can go ahead and just pull this here, and then we can change this back. And we can track it over here, and we can add it. There it is. So that'll post it. Let's return this. And let's make sure that this is called post contact, right? And let's make sure that this works here. Like that. And then that means that in our factory, task, this will be a bool. And this will say post contact. View model. It'll be a contact view model. Like that. So now we can implement that. Or what is this? This is a bool, right? Okay, and so now what you can do is you can await your data access layer. What are you working with here? You're in your factory, so you have a data access layer. It says that your this is not marked as asynchronous. I was wondering why IntelliType wasn't working there. And we can add in the okay. You forgot to add this. Hey Goggles, how are you doing, man? It's been a little bit. No music today. This one's going up on YouTube. Hola. Boy, your model wants to ban me? Haha, okay then. What are you talking about? What's going on? I didn't see the chat. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do that. And now here, instead of doing this, let's just do this. What we did before where you did a manage NuGet manage package. You want to go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and add an auto mapper. And we can do IMapper mapper. We're friends. I don't know you. I figure you guys know each other. Mapper equals mapper. Like that. And now here you can do a mapper.map. A new contact model. From my view model. If that does not equal to null, then what you want to do is you want to return true. Let's go ahead and put all that inside of a try catch. Like that. Okay. So let's go take a look at, and this we can probably map as well using AutoMapper. So let's go add that to our startup. So var mapper equals new mapper configuration. It's going to be C where my dot create mapper. And then you want to do a var services dot add singleton of your type IMapper to your mapper. And you'll do a C dot create map, and you want to do this as your contact model contact view model create reverse. Like that. So now let's run it. Smashes the band hammer, bet. Oh, we don't have that up yet. Here, this one says that it's not inheriting something. What? Post contact. It says this doesn't have post contact, which it doesn't. Okay. So strange that it's doing that. There, these are what we want. Oh, okay, so the problem is that this thing is still referring to this as, okay, so we want to get rid of the other ones here that we have. Let's build it, and then we're going to add that to the database. Okay, that's good. And now we need to add a migration. Beautiful. We'll update it. Okay. And now what I want to do is, since that's done, is that I can come back over here to home. We want to post to it. So we want to have this create one. This was the reason I did this. It was all only for this one. We don't need this, right? Well, maybe we should. Name, email, subject, message. So let's do this as a view model. We do want that to have an anti-validation token. And now we can get rid of this, and we can say that if this is in fact valid, then we want to do a await my. We want to add in a factory, right? Okay, so here, let's post to it. So now if this is in fact successful in posting, then we want to redirect to index. Otherwise, we just want to return the contact view. But this is a post. Do you want to send it back? I don't think you want to send it back, do you? Because this is going to redirect it. So let's change this to be a task of a JSON object or something, JSON result. We could just do it as a bool. And we can add in another attribute in this one called allow anonymous. Now we can get rid of the rest. Okay. And now if I look here at the, you can remove this to test it, and let's give it a test. Which is better, using Entity Framework's link or like a stored procedure in SQL? It depends on what it is that you're doing. I like Entity Framework a lot because I have a lot more control, but you can use a stored procedure from Entity Framework. A lot of times they still expose things as a view, simply because it's more linear. But what I really like is ultimately using something that's like a web API, so that way it exposes all your objects with parameters as JSON, so that way it doesn't really matter. You can, as a developer, you can decide what you want to do after the fact. Oh, this is just part of the font. Is this stupid contact us thing. Okay, so now what I can do is I should be able to fire Postman here, right? It's loading, just a second. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that all this is clear real quick. That's fine. Okay, so can I change the font on this thing? Oh gosh, themes dark. Okay, cool. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to do a post on this thing. We don't even care about this. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, and we can just do it as JSON, right? I think we can, right? Actually, I don't even want to test it like that. We'll just test it from the actual model. So let's go back. Let's do an Ajax from on it. So if I open up the view on it, thank you for the advice, dude. No problem. Hey, Kopo. How goes it today, man? Welcome back. So this is my contact form. So do you currently have a form in here? I don't think so. You have a form footer and form footer section and smart form section. Smart form process. So this is where it is. You have it so it's passing through this. Now you don't want this. So you're going to comment that, and you'll comment it there. Okay, what we want to do instead is this. HTML dot, just a moment. I think it's like a using, just a second. This is what I want. It's at using, and then it's my just a moment. So you want to do an Ajax form, and you want to do it in core.net. Pardon me. Oops, sorry about that. That's weird. Let me see here. This is what it wants me to do, eh? It wants me to use what looks like old code. Is that right? So on... Hey there, Pico. How are you doing, man? Thank you for that host. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate that. Ah, so it is. This is it right here. This is the one that we want, I guess. Stupid. Interesting. That's fascinating. Okay, so we're just going to cheat a little bit here. What I want to do is I'm going to create a new model, and I want to make a new controller on this thing. Or we could just do this in JavaScript. I mean, that would be easier, but then we'd have to still expose the token. So let me just create a new view with read-write actions. Let me go back. I want to create a new view, I'm sorry. We just add a new view in here, and we're going to do this as a, that's fine for that. We'll call this a contact. Create, and we'll call it a contact. Pretty fine. Got 2 more followers and made the ground for boat movement. That's awesome. It's always fun to make forward progress. I got No Turning Back mostly rebuilt on this vacation, which was cool. It is. So the forms are totally different. Interesting. Okay, so it's different. So instead, we do it like this. And the action on this thing will be, so we want to do a form ASP action different controller. Oh, here's the documentation on tag forms. Oh yeah, you could just do it with the controller here. Oh, this is exactly what I wanted. Beautiful. That one right there. So my controller here will be contacts, and this was called create, right? And we'll do this as a post. Okay, so I think the only thing that I want to check here is weird. Before I do this, I want to check my validation token. So how do I do that? I had another example here on the test view that you made called oops, where did that go? You had that page up that had the instructions on it. This one. Beautiful. Oh, it generates it hidden. Okay, so we should be good. Let's give that a run and see what happens here. See if we get it to hit. Okay, so it hit. Awesome. That was incredibly easy in .NET Core, but it did not bind any of my properties. So the reason for that was, let's go make another view. Oh, it's because it's, no, let's make another view. I just want to test it one more time. But I already have it up. Oh, because you have to change the labels in this thing, right? So if you look back here, see this Pardon me. The first one that you need here is this. Like that. I wonder if I can do all that. Probably. We'll just add this in here. Okay. Let's see if that works before I do any more. Be nice to put up a calendar on this thing too, huh? I wonder why this didn't like me. Was it this? If I could chunk this out. Damn, that is what it is. So let's just do one thing at a time. We did this one first. Oh, we don't want that. We'll leave this. And then I want to get this stuff out. And we need that one there. Let's try that. A expression tree may not contain a dynamic operation. What does that mean? Oh, have I really just not typed this? Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb sometimes. VHS.website.models.viewModels.contact_viewModel. Now it'll work. And it'll probably work with the old ones too. Let's do that. Okay, beautiful. Okay. So now that that's posting correctly, these things will probably be correct now, and we could try to hit it. Let's try it. There we go. Hey there, Mystery Box Code DB03. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, please pop them in. We've got a really active and supportive community here. Let's just do this one more time. Did it post? I don't think so, but we can sure check. So let me look back up here. It didn't hit create, did it? Contacts create. Would help if you chose the right one there, huh? Just call me Mystery. Evening, Mystery. Evening. Here we go. Okay, there it is hitting. And well, it didn't bind, but it did post. Hey there, Mystery. Thank you for that follow, man. Make sure that you check us out at discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. That's the main way that everyone stays in communication. We do this pretty frequently now, streaming most every day, actually, believe it or not, in the mornings, then a little bit in the afternoons. And then also all the videos are up on YouTube, youtube.com/c/liverdevtrain. Let me go ahead and send you an invite to the Discord. Thanks. Okay, so now, when I looked here, I should have successfully posted something. So let's go back, and I want to change this to be just a second. So now when this thing posts, the reason why is because your form needs to have those things modified. So let's look at this contact one more time. Let's change these. Let's do this one. Like that. Oops. We can get rid of this one here. Let's see if that makes it any better now when we post. I thought I had one running. We got pretty fine. I got a job from a friend, so I made a boat today. That's awesome. Oh, so that's not going to work because that's the old HTML. So let's try it again. Interesting. Thought I added this, but I must have gone back and forgot to add it again. Okay, it's hitting. We're not getting name still, but I was totally expecting name to bind. Because of this. Or is it sending that? Hold on. Let's just, before we go any further, I want to take this one, try this here. Well, if you went back here and you remove this bind, try it one more time. Okay, here it is. Let's try it again. We need to do it in the, like that. Okay, and we look at the view model and we still are not getting anything to bind. So that a second. Where's the end of input? Oh, it's at the end. Okay, that should be fine. Let's try it again. PQ asks, how are you doing? 2, mystery. Let's try it one more time. Okay, it hit. We did get the name, but that was all. So now it's binding correctly. So it was definitely because of this bind property. Because we're saying that we need to have active, which we don't have. Okay, so let's go back over here now. Oh no, it was because of all this. But it looks, to be honest, just as pretty like that. So let's just do these. Okay, this one's email. This one's subject. And this one is message. Let's change this one to be a text area. And then we're going to comment out the old stuff. Let's try it out. Oops, got to run it. Oh, here, let me give you the link. Oh, I already did. See it run? We got to open this in incognito to make it work correctly. Interesting. That's weird. That was weird. Huh. That is very peculiar. Let's do this real quick. All right, give it a try. Still failing to fire here, right? So let me take another peek. I'm gonna try to clear some of this stuff again. We'll remove this form, see if it's the form that's causing it. Okay. Oh, IIS isn't working, and we're not using Edge. Let's see what we got. Now send the link because I got a laptop, so it should work. All right. Okay, it says that I got error here because this thing says it's got too many comments already. Oy. You have another place where this thing is ending, right? Okay, let's try that. All right, so that is the problem, is somewhere in here. So let's go back and add that stuff back in. We're gonna do and remove this field here, this text field thing. We'll remove this one for now. See if that helps. Here we go. That's not going to work because we need to do this. Okay, so that worked. So it is this. It is explicitly this crap, right? Second, let me add this back in here, like that, and then like that, and then we'll run it. Yay, it worked. Yay. Okay, try that there. That kicked through. So it doesn't like text area. Yeah, so what we want to do is we want to do ASP.NET core, and then we want to do text area. I wonder why that's failing. Try it again. That's so weird. Fascinating. Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, we can definitely do it like this. All right. Oh, and we got our size, but you can see it doesn't look great, but that's fine. We can format that later. And then we submit. It's going to work, right? Are we going to get all of our pieces bound? We got all of our pieces bound, so that'll work. We return true. That's great. Now let's try adding these bindings back in. And in this one, you want to go like this, required. And then here you want to do a string length. Like this one. And we can do a data type dot email. This one here is a string length of your 150, and this one can be any length. Let's do a, let's just do it like, let's do a string length here of 500. Okay. Hey, Moobot, welcome. Mystery says, I have 23 subs on YouTube. Congrats, man. How you doing today, Moobot? Welcome back. Now, you added that binding back in, right? Yeah. So now this should work. All right, here it is. That looks good. Please include an @ Okay, my model state is valid. It posted correct. Now, right now it's returning me to true. So let me just look real quick at this view for my contact, because there's got to be like a super easy way to do this with a trying these out here. Yeah, and that one there. Okay. Now here, if you wanted to do a Ajax form in .NET Core, I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm doing pretty well. Okay, here, type is post. I don't want to do that. I want to do a data Ajax true. Is it really that easy? Oh my God. That's pretty awesome. And then we do a data Ajax method. Like that. And then you can tell it what to do with when it finishes. I don't want to see it though when it finishes, so let's try that. That is unbelievably easy if that's all it took. Wait for it to load. There it is. Let's get it from the like that. Interesting. Well, the placeholder is fine. Well, Ajax worked, but it's still redirecting me because it's doing a post. Weird. It shouldn't be. Okay, that's fine. And then here, oh, GUI text area. Gross. This one doesn't have that. This one doesn't have that. This one doesn't have it. This one does. Might as well include these. Okay, let's add a type. Oh, we don't need a type on that, but we do need to have this ID sender name, right? Put that there. Let's try that. Okay, there we go. And it posts, and we receive the token, and it posted, and we get the successful key, and then it should update something, something, run something, something. It's not running Ajax, right? Well, we could just do this. Let's try this, and if this fails, then we'll just do it with a redirect and call it. And then since we have this thing wired up through the database, it's really easy to come in here and add different modules. We'll just enable them in the database when we need them to go. Let's try it. Oops, wrong app, wrong app, wrong app. Oh, see, these are GUI inputs, not GUI text inputs. Big difference there, huh? Here it is. We need to load this in the incognito window. Okay, let's see. So it did return. Let's just go ahead and do a redirect here. Moment. This is a validation here. And then you wanted to look at the controller on this one, which was here. Return to local. That's a task. Wonder why it won't take that. Oh, because this is an action. So this is an HTTP action. Sorry about that. Action result. Right. If we look at the other controller here for home, it's an action result. No HTTP in this one. Let's try that. Hey, Turbo Dave, how are you doing, man? Oh, hey, you're streaming when I'm awake. It was nice meeting you on your vacation. The .NET showed me you was pretty cool. Oh, Dave. Dave, when I met you on vacation, so are you out there on the East Coast in Florida, sir? Turbo Dave. You watch a lot of Adam, correct? Here we go. Here's our, this looks great. This will be here. And then let's do this one, and then we'll do a test, and then we'll do a test 1, 2, 3. Yep. Working at the tip. Cool, man. Here, let me send you that Discord link that I was talking to you about. It was very nice to meet you as well. Let me give you this right there. Pass along my love as well to all those others down there. Here we go. Does it post? It posted. It brought me back over here to contacts, though. I wanted this to kick me back to index. So to do that, back here then in the index, I wanted this to kick back at the contact. I wanted to kick it, not the email address. Center name placeholder, that looks fine, that looks fine. This thing, you're doing this as a Ajax data form, data post. Let's just do this as a standard post. Let's try that. Join, thank you. Looking forward to watching your work and learning while I can. Hey, yeah, man, no problem. Here, check out this one too. This is where the larger project is that I've been working on, and it helps. I think it'll help a lot. I'm posting it right now. There's an ASP.NET MVC, a larger project there. This one, we've only been working on this for just about 3.5 hours. I'm just about finished with it though, which is nice. Okay, that posted, but it's still sending me back there. So why is it sending me back there to contacts? It's sending me to contacts on this action. Well, because it wants to take me to the view here, redirect to action. So can you do like a redirect to route? So action name, controller name. What is this? Action name, redirect to. Oh, because you're in a different controller, so you need to specify that you want to be in your home controller. That's what it is. We'll go ahead and add that down here. And we can add in the redirect to action, and that should solve it. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I'm never assigning this in contacts? Fascinating. We can get rid of it then. Okay. I see. Looks like I have some good stuff to watch while I work on my own project. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, that one's a big one, but it starts from scratch, which is really nice. So let's test it here. This should work now. And then also I wanted to show you some more Entity Framework stuff because it's pretty amazing. The video today actually has a bunch of that as well. Testing 1, 2, 3, and we'll do testing 1, 2, 3. Thank you for the subscription there, Scott. Appreciate that. Okay, looks like it worked. Looks like it posted. I do need to set some kind of an alert to be like, hey, guess what? It did post successfully. But if you look, you can see, in fact, that we are now collecting data for that contact form. So we have just a few other pieces in here that we could implement. And for example, I could definitely use like this banner. We could just change it in the database and then reload the page. So here you go. We'll definitely keep this one here. And then we'll also probably want to keep in the banner 2. See what that one looks like. Okay, banner 2 looks good, but we definitely need to have something here in the middle. So I think that that's where I'll put a portfolio. Portfolio looks like it needs to be above. So we can change the order on that one. This is the other hero. You have a banner 3. You'll look at that here in a minute. And then testimonials and pricing. Don't worry about that one. So let me look at services. I did make the upgrade yesterday. Actually, I had it on my laptop, believe it or not, but I haven't looked at the tile sets yet. So we do like services in here. We do like this one there, and we do like that. So we probably could use a portfolio in there as well. We probably could use a portfolio in there. Let me see. So if I added in banner 3 here, right here, I guess we look at, we don't want that one, but if I look back up here at portfolio, and then I don't think we need to have that much, but okay, that I think is going to work for me. And there's one more in here, banner, pricing, testimonials. Let's look at what this is. I just want to see. I'm probably not going to use testimonials unless it fits that gap. It doesn't fit the gap that I want. So let's swap these two out and then remove testimonials. So we'll get rid of this one here. And then we're going to change banner 3, which is going to be now 10, and then our contact, which will be 11. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Looking pretty good. So now I can create the... Let's just make a quick change, and I want to cut this down to 4 things. So here in the... We can get rid of this one. We can get rid of this. We're no longer injecting that context. We are binding appropriately. We're using this as a post. And then finally, I wanted to change my portfolio. Okay, here we got Florida. This is the grid. Where's my guide? So we want these first one, dashboard, events, and more. There, that's the last one we want. Like that. I've been playing with the tile mapping stuff, and I think I finally understand what their intent was. So I'm redoing my auto mapping stuff for what it was this time of the Unity version. Yeah, I rewrote mine as well, and I'm really happy with it. I'm kind of interested to see how Unity is deciding to do it. Mods are asleep. Thank you for that follow, buddy. If you have any questions, please put them into the channel. Make sure you check us out, discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. Also, all these videos are up on YouTube, youtube.com/c/libertevtrying. All right, let's see it kick through. The portfolio should only have 4, and we could probably get rid of that header on it, which was here. There it is. Yeah, there's our 4. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Beautiful. Check out our completed projects. Our current projects. Hey there, Massacre. Thank you for that follow, man. Very much appreciate that. If you have any questions, again, please put them into the channel. Appreciate all the support, guys. You have to go to bed? I guess I have to go to bed? What do you mean you have to go to bed? Guess I have to go to bed? I'm confused. I didn't understand what you meant. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's change this to be current projects. No, we don't want that capital. Now, somewhere in here we need to have this. So we need to have our logo in here. I like this. This one, we'll change this out. So this Mac, we're going to change this out with the logo. So if I look here at my content, under images, You see I have this Mac image, right? Oh, mods are asleep. No, it's the name of his username. So let's go ahead and open this up in File Explorer. And if I look at the properties associated on this picture, I see that it's got a size of 768 by 442. So let's go get a logo going for that. I'm going to open up my logo. Oops, not like that. I know. Ha. All right, here we go. And we're going to change the size here. Actually, I don't want to do it. Yeah, I do. So let's save another version of it here on the desktop. And we're going to say that this is my logo. And we want this to be smallest. And we want to change the size here to be 72 by, and the width will be 768 by 442. So before we go too crazy with it, let's just replace it out and see what it looks like. So Mac1 PNG will get replaced here. Here it is. Let's see what that looks like. You see that we do, in fact, get the correct branded font in here. You can see there's the logo. So that's still a little big. So let's go ahead and bring it back down here. Let me go ahead and change my size. Where did it go? Logo. Or didn't I call it Mac or some crap? Or I moved it. So let's actually go find the individual file, open this up here, and we'll edit this. Let me change the size here to be like, I don't know. Oh my goodness. So you put the full size one in here? Interesting. Let's reload it and now check the site again. Still too large, but it's better. Let's do this a little bit lower, like 350. That looks pretty good, right? A little choppy there. We'll smooth it out. Looks like the font color needs to be a little darker. This color will change too. So in the CSS on this thing, where's the project? This one. Under my custom, I think you have something here that you can use just called body. I think you can do like text color or just color black. No. So let me look at this here. Where is this inheriting its color from? Where's the color? Font weight, block, text align color, inherited from body. like that. So if it's being inherited from body, then that means that here in style, where you have body, color, we'll just change this to be that. We'll load it. Still showing the old one here. We'll load it again here. Be nice to change this color too, but it doesn't look like that it did adjust that CSS, did it? Color 222. Well, you don't want to do that. You want to do color 999, right? Okay, we'll just do this. We'll change this out to be color number 222, and we'll do this just in the current document. Oh. Where's color being defined here? Style 27 here. It says that it's coming from right here, 9999. Let me go back then. Is it because it, even though it's 222? And actually, why don't we just make it even more dark, just so that we can see it. And then we're going to try and reload this whole thing. And now this time if I look, it's going to be overwriting again somewhere, right? Interesting. What color is this? I don't think it's that one. It's really fascinating, huh? Oh, see, it's using Font Awesome, not Google Fonts. I don't think I'm using Google Fonts either. So I can probably remove that actually. If I came down here in my scripts, which was here in the shared. Yeah, it's in here. Try Control F5 to force an update. All right. That changed the color. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. This is too small here, so we'll change that for when it gets small. But final thing I wanted to do is this color. Let's change this. This thing is getting defined from what? This one right here. BG primary, BG primary. Wait, but if you get rid of this one, then it's going to drop to that one. This is coming from style CS 119. So let's go do that. CS 118. Right here. So So let's pick a color for this one. I'll pick one off this video just a second. Just a second. Alrighty, see you in just a moment there, Patrick. That one actually works, but we want this one. Okay, let me try that. So over here in Photoshop, let me go ahead and make a new picture. And the one that we want is this color. Let's try this one first. There we go. Let it run. Looks pretty good. Didn't change this color here, so we'll force the update. Thank you again for the tip. There we go. And we'll probably tint these and these. But it's getting there. It's definitely not bad. But for me, guys, that's it for today. I'll be back again tomorrow starting at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you haven't yet, please do me a favor and click that follow. Also, join us at Discord, discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com, and I'll post a link to that right now. And that's the main way that everyone stays in communication. Also, all these videos are up on YouTube, and I'll paste that link as well. So make sure that you go over there and give me a follow if you would, and check out this one. Plus, we have another project, which is an enterprise level ASP.NET MVC application. It's an MVC4, includes a web API as well as the services, like a Windows service behind it, and it's using SignalR as well. So thanks again for the support, guys, and until tomorrow, have a good evening.